I couldn't be more delighted than the news that we've had dropped yesterday for the Formula E community. Obviously, right now we're in the drought of Formula E, the spring break. Between Madrid and Berlin, it's felt like an age, almost 6 weeks. So we've had some exciting news. Jaguar TCS Racing dropped this livery and it is perfect from a Jaguar fan. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today, and I'm kneeling on the floor because I brought my practical effects with me. So, I've wanted to do that on the channel for so long, I thought today was the video. Hello everybody, my name is Kyle from The Current Lap. Some of you know me, some of you don't. But wanted to bring this up because a video game for Formula E that seems to be licensed is what I think we've needed for a while. As someone who got into Formula One through video games more than watching it traditionally, I can fully understand why. I understand my needs for this, but I understand why I think there was something missing. So I'm not going to ignore this. I mean, it's good. I've played it, and I've met some of the community members from Roblox who do Formula E in it, but it's not enough to pull people in. So I'm going to talk about today the game, why I actually think that this is one of the best moves that's going to happen for the Formula E community. It's going to fix a lot of people's need to want to play Formula E because there isn't anything out there, and I couldn't imagine them jumping straight into a full title. So for this to be fully licensed on Formula Legends is brilliant. So, and I've played Formula Legends. I bought it on the launch and I hated it. It was a brand new game, but the physics models and everything just didn't work for me. And they've done plenty of patches, and I played it recently, and I'm glad that they've fixed everything that we needed. And that's why I think already it's a very community-based game. They listen to us, and they've gone through all of Formula history. And I think, you know, they got to the late 2000s or the late 2010s, and that's where our sport was birthed, and I thought this platform would be perfect for it. But obviously I just didn't think they would connect the dots. I thought, you know, they're going to see it as a small franchise. It's not really the F1 name. But no, they've gone and done it, and that is mega. So, and what I like about this is it's kind of a simcade. There is an element of simulation to it, but it's just fun. So if you're new to Formula Legends, essentially it's an unlicensed F1 game, and the tracks are inspired and the drivers are inspired by real life F1. However, because of licensing, they haven't got it, so that you don't see the real Lando Norris or the real Oscar Piastri. You kind of see, I think it's called Chuck Norris, which is a great meme. So, but for this partnership, and this is where I'm excited, this is actually licensed. So I imagine that all 20 drivers will be on there. The tracks are going to be there. There might be some differences, but to be honest, if it feels like Formula E, it's going to be great. So, and of course, we're going to have attack mode. They've confirmed pit boost. They've confirmed Gen 1, 2, and 3. So I think this is the first game ever to do that. And I think this is a partnership I'm looking forward to. And I imagine some of you are. My main point is that it's accessible. Obviously, they've got R Factor 2, which is a simulator. It's very, very to the, you know, Formula E simulation crowd, and we saw it at the Evo sessions. I can't remember what it was then. But to me, the entry level for that is quite high. You know, this game can be, even though it's kind of arcadey, it can be played on a PlayStation, an Xbox, I think a Nintendo Switch, and I think that's the big selling point. Is Roblox is brilliant because it's accessible everywhere, and I think they are leaning into the younger audience there, and I completely understand that. That's fine, and it plays well, but it doesn't have a championship mode. There's no AI, so if you just wanted to play one race as Jake Dennis, you can't do that. So let's not discount other partnerships we've had in the past. Obviously, Trackmania, Asphalt Legends, they've been great. They've promoted the sport, but it doesn't feel like Formula E. The tracks aren't real, and I shouldn't be able to do a 370 spin in the air to gain boost. Maybe that's what Mortara might need to win the championship, but it ain't for us on the PlayStation. So I think the closest we had was the Gen 2 era on Project Cars 3. That was great. They didn't drive like Formula E cars, and the one thing I hope they get right for this game, and that's why I want to do this video, is talk about what we should get right and if the developers watch this and everyone hates me because they implement it, I'm sorry, but regen braking needs to be a big element because that is a big part of the sport. Like, they've done the new F1 2026 regulations on the game superb. The boost mode, the battery mode, it works really well. I can see where the drivers are complaining though. You're like pressing all these buttons and all this just to just get around the lap. But I think Gran Turismo, not that there's any Formula E on there, but they have the electric cars, they have the Polestars. You just don't get the regen like you do in a real electric car. And I drive an electric car, so I know how that feels. And I bet it's 10 times like more aggressive in the Formula E car. So, but it's a big part of driving an EV. So, and I think that element I would like to see. Obviously, they're still trying to be an arcade game, but I just hope that they can incorporate it enough that actually it's similar to what we watch on TV. Because if they get this right, and loads of people flood to this game from Formula E and all the fans, who knows? We could have a Formula E's own esports championship hosted by, you know, Jack. It'd be good fun. I would love to see it. So, and maybe a commentary from SB10 as well. That would be wonderful. Just get the boys in the video. Why not? But yeah, I just think that this could be the first stepping stone. Obviously, the Roblox is great, but it's not going to get the casual. It's not going to get the proper fan into it. A casual and a proper fan to just sit down and enjoy it and have a championship. Obviously, with it being licensed, there's going to be some elements of sponsors not being there, but the cars are going to look and feel like the real grid, and that's what excites me the most, because I feel like this is the gap I've been waiting for to be filled, and I gave up hope, and look what happened. They just drop it on a random 16th of April. Hey, we're doing this partnership. You got 15 days. So I've downloaded the game again. I've been practicing just so I can get up to speed, and it's put a smile on my face, and I'm so happy about it. One thing I have noticed is the Gen 1 and Gen 2 car look like they share the liveries from the Gen 3. Hopefully, maybe in a future patch, they'll change that and they'll go back and historically correct it. I could be wrong, but that was one thing I noticed from the trailer. But the fact that we've got the older generations in there just excites me as well, because I'm like, is there going to be car swapping? Is there going to be all the elements that we've lost in Formula E? I really hope there's no fan boost. That'd be so interesting. And then hopefully more of the tracks come through as well. I was sad that there wasn't advertising Sanya, especially with it being back this year. I think that would be a cool one to do, going around all like the water part section and stuff. How attack mode's going to work? Obviously, the 8 minutes and the 6 minute, or the 4 minutes, however many minutes it is, will be, I reckon, interesting to see how they squish it. But I imagine it'll probably be like a minute, and you'll probably get one, because you normally do 10 laps, so maybe 2 laps you do under attack mode. So, but yeah, this is big news. I'm really excited for it, and I'm so glad there isn't long to wait. And because I've tried the core game, I already feel like I can trust them enough that they're going to do a good enough job. So, and it's licensed, which begs to differ the question now, doesn't it? Is it going to make the other like fictional F1 stuff look a bit weird? So, but who knows? And to have this developer take Formula E on is fantastic. When I downloaded the game for the first time, I was like, this is what we need just for Formula E. So, and I kind of got past that point. I was like, yeah, it's not big enough. They're not going to see it. But now it's like here. So, yeah, I'm excited. Let us know in the comment section below what you guys think. Leave the esports stuff to me. I will make that dream a reality somehow. And it'll be loads of good fun when they finally drop that multiplayer update. Obviously, pricing-wise, it's $7.99. That's what we know. That's been confirmed. That isn't, of course, included with the base game. So whenever the base game comes out, I'll put some prices on screen so you can sort of work it out, to sort of get to know how much it's going to cost to get into it. Longevity, though, I'm hoping that we can race the Formula E cars on some of the classic circuits. Even if we don't have an attack mode, just let me feel that fantasy of some of the tracks that we could go to, the classic circuits that we've grown up on other games with. I think that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't be bummed out if it didn't let you, but with this being an arcade, as long as the license allows it, then yeah, it could be interesting to see how it works. But that's something that hopefully they give us the freedom to do. And this is what a video game like this, being in its art style, being in its like the way it's built, it's not trying to replicate, you know, the actual sport. It's trying to give us the fun that we get when we're sitting on the edge of our seats. So I think that's it. I mean, like I said, this video is way too long for what it is, but I am passionate about video games. I'm passionate about Formula E, and to see the worlds come together in such a experience that doesn't worry me that it's going to disappear, because that's what I find with the other ones is they license it out for like a month or a season or something really minor, and then like if you've missed it you can't go back and play it. But I think this is like sewing in history, so I'm dead happy for it. So, but that's it. My name is Kyle. This is the Current Lap. We talk about everything Formula E, more about the real racing when the real racing's happening, but I'm happy to talk about anything if there's news. Obviously, the Gen 4 is starting to trickle through as well. Hopefully, we'll see that car in the game probably next season when we realise how fast these are and how ridiculous the sport is going to be, because the cars look absolutely monstrous. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and like I said, let us know in the comment section below. Like, are you excited for it? Is there another game you'd like to see after this that they could breach into? Because, yeah, it's a fun, interesting conversation. But, yeah, speak to you guys soon.